Hello, Mike. Thank you for your time. This is Travis Miller with Last Dragon Digital Marketing. So the point of this video is twofold. One is just to give you some techniques, tips, and tricks to increase your online presence. You're already strong in the area, but just to even expand more in that Glendale, Arizona area. And two is just to compare your website to a local big competitor in the website and see if those techniques could even outrank them, get you even more on the top of the page of Google, which increase your traffic and your leads. So I'll talk about three things: content, backlinks, and citations. And whatever I talk about here, they're definitely free tips for you, so you can use them on your website. But if you want to talk about that or anything else, please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, let's talk about these steps. So first is content. And in your content on the homepage, you need anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 words, just depending on the competition and number of keywords needed. So a keyword is anything that someone might type into Google looking for a particular service or product. So in your content, you can place keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what you want your website to be found for. I mean, obviously, you got a strong marketing department. I assume I wouldn't change anything about this website, like all the titles right here, and very personable. You can tell you're family oriented. All the services you provide for. So not much on the front end that you would change on the website, but it's really just keep getting strong on the back end of the website. Some things you can't see on the website that'll increase your searchability in Google throughout the whole areas and start outranking competitors in those areas. So speaking of Google, if I lived in Glendale, Arizona, I might type this in: plumbing services, Glendale, Arizona. And here's what typically comes up. Ads come up here. This is a good investment. It's good to be in front of the face of consumers here. If you could optimize your Google ads here, and you might have some in some different type of services, but that's how you increase your online traffic as well. And this is a map pack here. This is really important for local businesses, so I'll go over that in a minute. But here is organics. So the goal is to organically be on the top of the page as much as you can for any kind of service you provide for or area you provide for. And typically we don't count directories like Yelp and Angie's List, because consumers, they're going to go to a local business for a service, especially if it's like emergency type of service, buyer intent services. So the top competitor in the area is this Parke and Son. So they're a big competitor in the area. They're pulling a lot of different pages, so they do have some searchability on here. But there's some ways to even maybe not outrank them, but you could outrank them, even get close to them, and you just start moving up along on the first page of Google, because you're on the first page. There you go. So you got a strong website, definitely. But this is, again, just about growing in the areas, not just Glendale, but all the areas you serve as well. So to do that comparison, we have a tool here called Ahrefs, and this is your URL right here. So these are your numbers. So right now you're using, again, strong keywords, strong website. You're using over 1,000 keywords, and that's great using those keywords. So you could always increase your keywords for more and more traffic and leads. So think about all the services you provide for. You provide a lot of services, and those buyer intent services, and tagging with all the cities that you do as well. So it looks like you're doing that, but just get creative and create more keywords with more search volume, and that increase your traffic and your visibility. Compare that to Parker Sons here. Here's their key, or here's their URL. Then, their keywords, they're using 4,000 keywords, and some may not apply to you, but you get real intentional on what you want to apply to you. So you can look at some of their volume here. They have high search volume, so they do a good job on their website, but you could take some keywords that you don't have, that are more realistic, put on your website and optimize those keywords. And that's how you really start just getting close to some of the top competitors in the area that's shown at the top of the page of Google. Secondly is backlinks. So a backlink is anywhere where one website is linking to another website. So these links act like an endorsement of your website from others, and Google uses that to build trust in your business by seeing others vouch for you. It's also like a popularity contest. The person with the most backlinks wins, but keeping in mind not all backlinks are created equal. So it's important to have relevant, strong backlinks to your industry. It doesn't help if you have websites linking to your industry that's outside your industry. So right here, you're using 778 backlinks with 144 reference domains. Get strong. This is strong. Getting some good traffic here. Again, you are on the first page at Google. But again, to continue scaling up in all the areas you serve, again, we get very intentional on the backlinks. They have 117,000 backlinks. You don't need that many to compete in this area. But you just do a search for them. You find what's relevant, what's follow backlinks, and you can follow them as well on your website, and you start adding to them. So you really get closer to these numbers. Not saying you have to dominate them, but just get closer, start scaling up, and you'll start dominating the areas outside of Glendale as well. And then finally, there's citations. So citations is anywhere where your business name, your number, and your address are shown exactly on your Google business profile. So citations help you rank in this map pack here, which is extremely important for local businesses, since this can generate huge amounts of revenue. And if you do have that Glendale, Arizona address for your business, you do want to be in the top 3 here. Much like on pages 2 and 3 of Google, people don't click this button for more services. So you want to be right in front of the faces of consumers. And to do that, you increase your citations with directories like Yelp, Angie's List, Expertise, BBB, and hundreds of others you've probably heard of. Also, social media accounts are great here too. So the idea is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. And the larger your online presence is, the more Google trusts you. So once Google sees you more often than these competitors, the more likely it is you outrank above them. So once your content, your backlinks, your citations, once they all come together, that's when you really start to outgrow your competitors in all the areas that you serve. And here's what might be worth it to you. To be in the eyes of consumers here and up top here organically, as I said, with all the services you provide for and all the areas that you serve. So not sure what your margins are, but I imagine that would generate some pretty decent revenue. Also, there's many more keywords you could use to generate more and more traffic and leads. So if you do find yourself wanting more to continue scaling as far as you want, please feel free to reach out. I can do some research for you, give you some more information, and just find out exactly what could be realistic for your business and what it might take to reach some of those goals. If you leave me a few lines of feedback, I appreciate that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and that's how I get better making these videos for local businesses. And again, I'm Travis Miller, Last Dragon Digital Marketing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. And much luck in your business. Happy holidays. Have a great day.